Hello and welcome to the podcast. I was gonna start this episode with "Hi Gay, Happy Pride Month," but I didn't want to group my entire audience of listeners into one demographic because I'm sure not everyone here is gay. Maybe some of you are just allies, and that is okay. Yeah, it's June. June is Pride Month. Uh, Obviously something I celebrate because it is my birthright as a lesbian. It took me so long to get comfortable with using the word lesbian. That's why when I started vlogging, a lot of my videos began with "I'm Kat, I'm a lesbian," because it was well, I gotta say something to get me used to it, and so I was declaring it out to the world. Um, Yeah. I've been out since, oh god, I barely remember now. Um, but we all know my coming out story because it was a big thing. And by big thing, I mean I've retold it so many times that it is kind of annoying. Um like I'm sure everyone knows that it's, came out with rainbow pancakes. Mm. I hate that that's a thing that I'm so open about. Hey, yeah, I definitely cried. Oh, I definitely cried. Um, it it's kind of fun. It's I mean, my parents are incredibly supportive, so it wasn't I know you're gonna hate me, and I know. I mean, I'm still your daughter, but first of all, great fake cry on my part just now. No, so that is a thing. I did cry. I have pictures of it. I'm pretty sure I once retold it as a rainbow cake, but no, it was definitely pancakes. Because I was well, if they kick me out, at least they had a good meal, a good breakfast. No, um, I feel I mean, I've recounted it so many times, uh, everywhere possible, probably even on this very podcast. Um, I mean, I did recount it just now, but interviews, vlogs, uh, Instagram captions, I was everywhere. And honestly, slay. uh, anyway, what else is happening in Pride Month? You know, I mean, I've been doing Pride since I came out, but I probably didn't have my first Pride until I want to say 2019. Um, or maybe 2018. I'm not exactly sure. I think 2018. Yeah, I think when I was 18, I had my first Pride. Um, and it's crazy. I've celebrated all of them with Maria, um, which is kind of crazy. But what can I say? Love my girlfriend. And I mean, it's difficult when because when I first started attending the gay events, haha, um, I felt I didn't look the part. I feel a lot of uh queer people have this sort of insecurity that they're not gonna fit into the community because it's oh, you don't look gay enough, you don't dress gay enough, whatever. I mean, there shouldn't be a gay look anyway. That doesn't make sense. Um obviously as I've aged, I feel like I've really grown into it more. The amount of times I've been asked, like, when are you gonna get your lesbian mullet after I cut my bangs? Maybe at one point, I don't know. There, I mean, I don't know if I would suit it, you know. And also, I love doing things with my hair. Like, I love space buns and I love stuff. So, like, if my hair is like at weird lengths, I feel like that will be really difficult to style. I don't know. But then, like, if you have a mullet, it's like, well, it's not like you're gonna be putting your hair up anyway because it's in a mullet and that's the style. Um, yeah, I mean, like, once you get all, well, I mean, once I got all the tattoos and piercings, I said tattoo, I have one. Yeah, it just like, oh, now you're gay. Like now it makes sense. Now you are who you are. Like that's stupid. I think that's also like why that stupid stigma is like, oh, don't bring your straight cis het boyfriend to Pride. Bring all you want. Honestly, I mean, as someone with a pansexual friend who has a cis het boyfriend, um, I welcome it. Honestly, I mean, let Jahan come to San Francisco Pride. What's he gonna do? He's just. Are you saying you're not allowed any allies at Pride? I like this boy is so stupid, and he you know, I mean, like first of all, by way of energy, but like also, I mean, a lot of the time before people come out, maybe they appear cishet, you know. Um, I know that it is a very difficult thing to like. I mean, like going to your first Pride, it's like, oh, you don't belong here. That's stupid. Everyone belongs. I mean, except for some people. But I'm not gonna get into that. I don't want to, you know, make an ass out of myself. Whoa, only 7 minutes and I already said oh bad word. I'm sorry, YouTube. Sorry for being stupid. Anyway, yeah, it's not always. Look, I'm so good at speaking, you guys. It's not always about the look. Sometimes it's about like, oh, sure, you look it, but like you don't act it. You're not engaging in the queer culture that you know the media has placed it, um, which is incredibly stupid. Like, yeah, just not. I mean, not everyone wants to go to clubbing. To clubbing. Not everyone wants to go clubbing. Not everyone wants to see drag shows. Not everyone wants uh to do like queer. I mean, I guess all I can think of like as queer culture that everyone wants is like clubs and bars. Like I've been to a gay club. I mean, you know, I'm 24. Of course I've been. But like it's different because nowadays with like RuPaul's Drag Race and all the other like drag shows, and so I was like, well, if you're not watching Drag Race, are you really queer? Like, of course you are. It is one show with a cult following that like it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. Like if you don't watch Drag Race and if you're getting your gay card revoked, you still because we all have a license. It's you know, you sign up and you know, you got to pay a monthly subscription to keep being queer. That's how the world works. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's fine if you don't want to go clubbing, and it's fine if you don't want to watch queer shows on TV. Like that's totally okay. It doesn't make you any less of a person in the queer community because, I mean, a lot of the time it's a risk going out. Like if you are younger and you have more judgmental parents. I mean, luckily I live in San Francisco. It's a pretty open-minded city. I mean, even my dad, like before he came here, he read Tales of the City. Hang on, no, and he was probably here when he was reading Tales of the City. But like, even that's like a book series with a lot of queer people, so it's like they knew. I mean, my parents definitely knew. Like, it made sense considering, like, I was not interested in boys, like, at all. Um, and I mean, I remember when I first came out, and my mom would talk to her friends, not Maria's mom, but like her friends from like like her. Hang on, my childhood friend, like my friends from kindergarten, their parents would be like, "Oh yeah, Cat thinks she's gay," and they'd be like, "Yeah, that makes sense." Like, what? What does that mean? Um, considering, I mean, I went on my Instagram and I was like, "Hey, I'm recording today. Does anyone have any questions for me? Get them in as soon as possible." I then I got like multiple questions from Hope. Shout out Hope, and a question from Chantel that says, "What's the funniest, most embarrassing way a straight person has tried to be supportive of you?" And boy, do I have stories. I mean, first of all, I think when I first came out, it was a lot of the thing was like my parents would get rainbow things and be like, "You like that? You're one of them queers." No, um, like or if my mom would go to a bookshop and she'd be like, "Oh, that book has a rainbow on it and clearly must be about two gay people." She'd be like, "I'm getting that for Kat because that is something she wants." I mean, like it's silly because it's like, oh, I mean, I'm glad you're thinking of me and I'm glad you're supporting me, but like just because it's gay doesn't mean I'll like it. Like I'll read it, sure. Like I've watched shows because someone has told me that there is like at least one queer character in it. Doesn't mean they're all good. It just means that, thanks for thinking of me. Um, but yeah, like that again, that is also like how it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense that Kat's a lesbian. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Why does it make sense that I'm like, I get it. I guess it makes sense, but like still, like it's a little bit embarrassing for me to be like, I can't come out on my own. Like it I mean, I try not to like come out to people nowadays. Like it's just, yeah, using like vague language like, oh yeah, my partner. I mean, I still use my girlfriend because I love saying my girlfriend because that makes so much fun. Like, oh my god, imagine like if you get engaged and getting to say my fiance and people being like, oh, who is he? And you can just be like, actually, she's a woman. um oh god, I'm so cringe. But I embrace it. But yeah, or gosh, I know my grandparents are allies, and I like that because obviously it's harder when there's like an older generation because they're not always sure. But it's like we know queer people; it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the time it's just like, you know, look, it's the rainbow, or and I hate to make this reference in 2024, uh, giving me things with Ellen on them. Like, I mean, this is more on my grandparents' part, but it was like, oh, Ellen's on this magazine. Here, you can have it. She's gay. I can only imagine that, like, this is, I feel like Ellen, and this is a really weird, Ellen DeGeneres is, uh, to lesbians then what JoJo Siwa is to lesbians now. Does that makes sense, right? I feel like I'm going a little bit delirious talking to myself, but like it makes sense because like, oh, it's a lesbian who doesn't like the word lesbian. They just call themselves gay. I I don't want to dig deeper into JoJo Siwa, so I'm gonna leave it there because I'm scared, and I think that's valid. What else is like? How else does a straight person try to be supportive of me in a way that's like really silly and embarrassing? I guess like, strangers on the street, like I mean, obviously during the Pride breaks, that's the only time that I'm really like embracing the queerness of myself. Just be like, you go, gay. I hate that. I mean, it's really that skit that was like, "Hi, gay, happy Pride Month. We are sashaying away with deals." Like, sure, thanks. Ally, I guess. It's crazy how like a lot of rainbow washing occurs nowadays because it's like I feel like that's all that happens. Um, like this 11 out of 12 months of the year you are donating to anti-LGBT charities. You are, you know, speaking in favor of Republicans or whatever. And then for that 1 month a year, your logo goes rainbow. And you gay. And you gay. That, yep. Your logo goes rainbow and you gay. No, your logo goes rainbow and you start saying we've always been supportive of the queer community. Pride is 365 days of the year, not just 30 days in 1 month in June. Pride is year round. Like, shut up. Put your money where your mouth is. If you are, fully right wing 11 months of the year, why is it that that 1 month when you get all that, that rainbow money from all your rainbow washing? Like, I mean, that's always the thing. As soon as a company, like, I mean, obviously we're boycotting a lot of companies right now, banks, brands. That's it. That is the two categories of business: banks and brands. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're boycotting a lot of things because of their support of, you know, malicious organization. Uh, it's a difficult time of year, and like obviously not every queer person is safe in the world ever, and I feel like June is the year that you should put your money where your mouth is. Actually donate to LGBT charities. Actually, like, do something to help. Um, Instead of just going like, yeah, you're gay and we support that. Like, it's stupid. Anyway, on a lighter note, um, some non-specific pride questions from Hope was just, getting to a point. I'll start with the top, which is, what is the song of the summer? I think we can all agree it is espresso. I don't even drink coffee, but it's everywhere, and that's fine. Honestly, anything, uh, anything Phoebe Jones. She's really, she's killing it right now. I mean, she's got her Vegas residency, which is insane. Love that for her. Brooke also has Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is the song of every month of every year. I say that my top artist is, I'm pretty sure. Oh God, what was my top artist last year? I'm pretty sure it was Eliza. Um, Slay. That's my best year right there. No, I mean, yeah, Born This Way, baby. That or Poker Face. Do you know how long it took me to realize that Poker Face is a bisexual anthem? I'm not even bisexual, but like making love with a man, but the entire time you're thinking of a woman, and nobody noticed. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Except for one radio station that properly played the censored version. And we love Gaga. Just like any queer musician has a song of the summer because they are killing it right now. But yeah, currently I think the song of the summer 2024 is Espresso. Working late because I'm a singer. No, I'm working late because I procrastinate and I stay up late. and my sleep schedule is messed up. Hope's second question was, what are your summer plans? My summer plans are hang out with my family and my friends. I mean, we went to a music festival recently, Bottle Rock, Napa Valley. Crazy days, crazy times. I know that on the 27th of July, I'm going to a jazz festival with my parents, and also, Joan's gonna be there with their dads because they like jazz. To quote Barry B. Benson from the B movie, you like jazz? Um, it's Joan's birthday next month, so that's something that we're doing. Obviously, got the Pride March on the 29th. Slay. I love going to the Pride March. Pride March? Look, my dad's side is slipping out whenever I'm like, oh my god, I'm a little bit English. I'm half. I hate myself with such a passion. I feel like after July, I don't really have many plans. So maybe I'll do something in August. I don't know. And Hope's third question is, can you come to England again? And I don't know. Maybe I can. I mean, I do enjoy it, and I mean, it was a fun time. And uh, I cut my bangs in Grammy award-winning Eliza Pierce's bathroom. I cut my bangs. And that is a crazy that is almost a no, I think that is a year ago. That is like an actual year ago, I think. No, because I think we went in July. Yeah, we went because I know we still went to Pride. So yeah, we went in July, but like still, that was like a year ago. That's insane. I've had bangs for almost a year. Shout out Ricky Martin. That I think we need more respect for Livin' La Vida Loca and She Bangs and any other Ricky Martin song that I can't think of, unless he's problematic, and then we can lay off it. But I'm trying so desperately like not to get canceled. Like, please, I'm an ally and I'm also queer. You want to? No, I mean it's very easy. I'm very tan, but I'm white. So like, go ahead, babe. Yeah. So yeah, I only got questions from Hope and Chantel, because everyone else commented too late, and that is fine. Like, I mean, I've refreshed the page and nothing else has come in, so I hope you're having a great Pride month. And I'm like, if you are afraid to come out, I mean, that is completely fine. Sometimes it just turns out that your family are not your people, and that is entirely valid. There is a community out there for you. Not everything is going to run smoothly as you grow up, and that's life. I'm very fortunate and lucky to have parents who are like allies and are supportive of me, and I know that that is not the case for like everywhere. And I know that I'm also very fortunate that I live in a city, in a state that is very progressive, or and like, you know, I have four walls and a roof above my head. Like, that is something I acknowledge, and it's difficult out there, and I sincerely hope that everything will be okay. And I wish that it were easy, but you know, being queer is still illegal in so many countries across the world, and you know, homophobia and transphobia, all of the, you know, queer phobic movements are going strong, and that is scary. But I really hope that we can pull through and that, you know, all will hopefully turn out in the end. And if it doesn't, I mean, we still have a long way to go. Like, queer marriage is barely legal everywhere. So, yeah. Sorry to end the episode on such like a low note. Um, but I mean, it's reality. Like, not everything is going the way that it could be. And yeah. This is Pride. The first Pride was a riot. Pride has always been a protest. Um, Pride has never gone quietly. Uh, if you can't go to your Pride March, that is fine, your Pride Parade, because, I mean, maybe you won't feel safe. And just know that for all of the people marching, there are thousands more in their homes scared to do the same. So when you are marching, you're marching for those people that are more afraid. Again, I have no idea how I finish these. I never remember because it's a month between each episode. But I guess it can't be see you later. You know, you'll hear me later. I will be seeing a recording studio on my laptop screen. Not my laptop screen, my computer screen. I have the computer in front of me. I just like saying laptop more. Yeah. So I'll see you next month. And goodbye. I need to download a new recording studio because I use Spotify for podcasters is spotify.com to record episodes, and beginning on July 9th, that will not be possible anymore. So either I record episodes way in advance, or I actually download Riverside or something, or record audio elsewhere. Once again, all occurrences purely fictional. People purely fictional. I mean, except for the very real Ricky Martin and Sabrina Carpenter. And Lady Gaga, I guess. Yeah, also a real person. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, Kat is a figment of my imagination, and I'm glad that you enjoy her, and I'm glad that, you know, we, as queer people, we get to choose our family. And so what if your family is a 12-inch tall piece of plastic Barbie doll? I'm not buying any Barbie dolls for a while because they are on the boycott list, and if I do, they will be secondhand. But hey, I don't know what I'm doing now. So yeah, it's a time. It's June. I am alive. I'm well, and we. it's. I mean, it's almost 9 a.m. when I'm recording this because I mean I said I would record it yesterday, but I didn't finish my notes yesterday, and that's why I got questions on Kat's Instagram. Anyway, a great time. This goes up tomorrow. It's the 9th of June. This goes up tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for listening and thank you for supporting. And you know, I guess leave a review if that's a thing that is possible. Leave a comment like this if you're on YouTube. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna have to figure myself out. It's probably like just under 30 minutes, but like that's fine. It's always weird, like going from the American accent to this. It must be so weird because like I'm not actually American. but that's obvious. Yeah, I've got a great video coming out on the 20th. I sewed a skirt. I'm doing self-promo now. And I hope you watch that because I'm really proud of the video and I'm really proud of the skirt. And maybe I'll do more sewing videos. This isn't even about Cat anymore. This is about my own videos. I feel like they underperform, and I think that you should watch them because I think I'm funny sometimes. Okay, I'll stop, chewing my own horn or whatever. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.